Apparently, Nick Kyrgios and Aryna Sabalenka are gonna play this brand new Battle of the Sexes. Essentially the modern reboot of Billie Jean King versus Bobby Riggs from the 70s. And the tennis media definitely is trying to hype this up like it's a massive deal. Some kind of revolutionary showdown. But here's the truth. Nobody gives a f*** about this match. And if they do, they shouldn't. Because this isn't tennis history, it's not progress, it's barely about competition, it's just spectacle. It's ticket sales, it's about Kyrgios being Kyrgios and Sabalenka bringing her fire and everyone else hoping it goes viral on TikTok. So we're gonna break down why this whole event is happening, what it actually means, and why, in the end, this so-called Battle of the Sexes is nothing more than a circus fiasco. Alright, let's get into it. So first, the basics. Nick Kyrgios versus Aryna Sabalenka. Exhibition match. Scheduled for potentially December, January maybe. Still kind of up in the air. It's being promoted as this huge revival of one of the most famous moments in tennis history. But here's the catch. It's not even normal tennis. Kyrgios will only get one serve. He'll have a smaller court to hit into. And Sabalenka will basically get the advantage of playing on the regular court.
About, a lot of politics here. It's more about the women's tennis, equal prize money and all that. And if she beats you...
She's not going to beat me, brother.
So you're going to try. Because, I mean, you can always double fall.
Do you really think I have to try 100%?
I think you can just go there, have a nice night out before that and say, okay, I don't care.
No, I'm going to try.
Okay, so you're going to try. So my question was, will you try to be there, to play?
Definitely, because I'm representing... I guess you, the men's side, like, I would say like 6'2",
I would not pick you to represent us against her.
What?
For sure.
Seriously?
Because I know what you're gonna.
No,
what
we
you're
can
capable
serve
of.
like our serves, like women's can't return, and then we can just like chip and like drop shot. I would choose you. See, he's very mean to me, bro. I would choose you 100%. You can drop shot. They would have no idea. Thanks for the confidence, bro.
For me, it was we talking about this in a car with the guys, and I said, "Will he actually try?" So for me, it's more about like not going there and saying, okay, she's so good. I cannot play this. She's so good. Because
I'm not going to do that.
That's how I see.
That would make me look so bad. Imagine like all the internet would go crazy.
Internet will go bananas. That's what I think. Because the level.
I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to.
So you're going to try. So then we're going to watch it because that's.
I'm going to try. I don't want her to win.
Okay.
That's for sure.
That alone should kind of tell you everything you need to know. The promoters are bending over backwards to create drama.
Muscles going. Come on, everybody. We got to bend over backwards for our customers as far as you can. Come on. I'm doing it.
Because if this were just straight up Kyrgios versus Sabalenka, no handicaps, no rule tweaks, I think we can presume the result. Nick most likely wins, and most likely easily. Serve bombs, short rallies, done in an hour. So they changed the rules to make it competitive. Sure, that's fine. It's entertainment. But it also kills any idea that this match means something. Because if you have to rig the conditions, then what are we really watching? Not a sporting contest, a scripted exhibition. Now let's rewind. Why was the Billie Jean King versus Bobby Riggs match in 1973 such a big deal? Because it wasn't just about tennis. It was about gender equality on a broader scale. Women were fighting for equal pay, equal recognition, and basic respect in all sports. Riggs was running his mouth saying women's tennis was inferior, that no woman could beat a man, and he was the perfect clownish villain. Billie Jean King, she knew the stakes. She wasn't just playing for herself. She was playing for every woman in tennis. When she beat him in front of 90 million people worldwide, it was a cultural turning point. It helped solidify the WTA, push for equal prize money, and prove that women's tennis belonged on the global stage. That's why it mattered, because it was historic. Now, 50 years later, women already have equal prize money at slams. The WTA is global and arguably the most watched women's sport in the world. Players like Serena, Venus, Sharapova, Osaka, and now Sabalenka and Swiatek have been mainstream stars. Nobody's seriously doubting whether women's tennis deserves to exist. So what does this new battle of the sexes actually prove? Nothing. Let's be honest, this whole thing exists because Kyrgios is involved. He's the circus master, the guy who can turn a practice set into a YouTube highlight reel. He's playing a role, the quote, bad boy, the provocateur, the guy who will stir the pot just enough to get people watching. Meanwhile, Sabalenka, well, we're sure she'll take it seriously because that's her nature. She's a competitor at heart. She's there to prove herself while Kyrgios gets to troll. It's not Billie Jean versus Riggs. It's WWE. It's scripted drama disguised as sport. And honestly, this is where we get a little fired up, because why are we even talking about this? Why is the tennis world hyping up an exhibition match with fake rules and no stakes? Because the sport itself is so bad at promoting the real stuff. The Davis Cup, dead. The New United Cup, confusing. The ATP calendar, a mess. Players are constantly complaining about burnout. Fans don't know which team events matter, which ones don't, and the ITF and ATP keep fighting over control. So what do promoters do instead? Gimmicks. Laver Cup with its bench mobs and hand-picked lineups, tiebreak 10s, Netflix slam events, the Three Kings Slam, and now Battle of the Sexes 2.0. And look, we get it. Gimmicks are fun. They bring eyeballs. But here's the problem. They don't fix anything. They don't build long-term fans. They don't solve tennis's identity crisis. They're quick sugar highs. You eat it, you laugh, you move on. So the heart of our hot take is this. Nobody gives a flying about Kyrgios versus Sabalenka. Because ask yourself, what's at stake? Nothing. What happens if Sabalenka wins? Nothing changes. What if Kyrgios wins? Same deal. Nobody's world is rocked. No cultural barriers are broken. No sport is transformed. This is just content. It's a one-off exhibition designed to go viral. And tennis fans will watch it. We will. Argue for a day on Twitter and then completely forget about it. Meanwhile, the sport will still have the same problems. Nobody outside hardcore fans watches the Davis Cup anymore. The ATP and WTA struggle to market stars outside of the slams. The schedule is overloaded. Prize money distribution is broken. These are the actual issues, and nobody cares. But instead of fixing them, tennis distracts itself with circus acts like this. So let us put it like this. Billie Jean King versus Bobby Riggs was history. Kyrgios versus Sabalenka is YouTube filler. Billie Jean King changed the sport. Kyrgios and Sabalenka will change absolutely nothing. And that's fine. It'll be entertaining. We'll probably watch. Sabalenka will scream, Kyrgios will clown, the crowd will laugh, but when it's over, nobody's going to remember it the way we all remember 1973. Because the truth is, nobody cares. And the sooner tennis stops pretending that gimmicks like this are important, the sooner it can focus on fixing the real problems that are holding the sport back. So, thanks for watching. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this match is worth caring about, or is it just circus tennis? And if you like this breakdown, you might as well hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.